Hey everyone, welcome to the Roadmap, Benzinga's NFT show. We got a great one for you today. We're going to be joined by the team behind the Flower Girls, a very popular NFT collection that's attracted some big name celebrities. And they also signed a deal that could be bringing those NFTs to movies and TV shows and more media outlets soon. So we'll dive in later on about the Flower Girls. Brian and I will also be breaking down some top NFT news. We're going to be talking about how you can get shares of a popular NFT for only $7 tomorrow. We'll also take a look at a couple roadmaps and a very exciting new collaboration between some top NFTs that we've actually interviewed before on past episodes. So don't go anywhere, guys. This is the roadmap. Hey everyone, this is the Roadmap, Benzinga's NFT show. As I said, we got a great one today. We got the Flower Girls and some top news and headlines. Before we get started today, I do want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by FTX US, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world in terms of trading volume and daily users. The FTX app is used by over 6 million people to buy crypto and NFTs. No transaction or withdrawal fees. You can use your phone or computer. And the FTX US trading platform offers NFT trading on both the Ethereum and Solana blockchains with no gas fees. You can find out more and sign up for your own FTX account by clicking on the link in the description below. And it is also pinned to the chat right now. Another quick shout out to our friends at FTX. And guys, if you're joining us right now live, go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know in the chat that you are here, you're live, you're ready to go, you're excited about the Flower Girls. If you're watching this on replay or listening to the podcast, we love you as well. Thank you for the support. And you can always hit up Brian and I both on Twitter. Without further ado, I think it's time to bring on my co-host, Benzinga's own Brian Moir. Brian, what's going on, buddy?
Just living the dream with old Coney Island over here.
Yeah.
Ready for today. I'll show you guys what I mean. But yeah,
Let's see an update on that dog.
There he is, old Cone Boy. Got the old cone of shame going on. He got his old ball snipped, so he's a little tired right now.
I mean,
he's being a good boy.
I think I would be too, but that's probably
I wouldn't
a topic
be a happy camper. I know
for
that.
another time. But Brian, we got a big one today, and we've been highlighting this all week. Super excited that we have the Flower Girls team joining us later on today's episode. That's a big project and also timely because they got lots of news to talk about, right? They got that deal with Dolphin Entertainment, which we will actually be joined by. And I also thought I saw that they are going to be a launch partner on the new Coinbase NFT marketplace. So we'll be able to dive into that as well. So exciting things ahead. They'll join us in a little bit, so stay tuned, everyone. Brian, let's get into some news and headlines here. Just wanted to give a quick update. One of the projects we talked about yesterday that I said, had an updated roadmap coming was Bubblegum Kids. At the time, I said I didn't know the timing. I do have an update. We will be unveiling that roadmap 2.0 at 3 o'clock Eastern time today. That's when our show will be over. And then they'll be doing a Twitter Spaces after that. So again, this is one I've been watching from the sidelines, a project I used to own. I'm excited to see what Roadmap 2.0 brings, and we will get that announcement later today. Brian, what do you think? NFT is a massive global audience. Is there any advantage over, one particular time of the day to, unveil big news like this? It seems like you can't really win, you can't really lose because, such a global audience always tuning in.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think whoever figures that out first will be the most successful project out there.
The $1 million question, right?
Huh?
All right, well, let's get into a couple other projects we've had on past episodes. I saw an update from Doge Pound about their NFT worlds. If we can pull that up on the screen. You know, Brian, we've been talking a lot about these virtual lands, right? And the Sandbox and Decentraland have been the big two, right? In terms of valuation, in terms of users. But I am starting to see a big shift. I'm starting to see some of these projects that I know and love turn to NFT worlds. And I think a lot of it is because of the use case and how you can kind of customize your own entire land, right? Not just a square or a block within the Sandbox ecosystem. You get this whole area to yourselves and your users. So as we scroll through here, Brian, this is what Doge Pound's doing with their NFT Worlds land. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks massive and it just looks really cool. And, you know, for Doge Pound owners, it's pretty exciting. What do you think of this new map that they rolled out?
I think it's pretty cool. It's really exciting to see, you know, give a lot more, I guess, depth in what really this will all become. So I think that's really neat.
Yeah, definitely. And they said Doge Pound going to take over NFT World's newest outline below on what we're in the process of making. That is the image on the screen. All the latest updates are in our Discord if you want to see what it currently looks like. And then, Brian, I also saw an update from our friends, Crypto Dads. Recently, they were talking about their NFT worlds that they're building, right? And this is my favorite part. You know, maybe I'm biased because I own one. A ton of it to make a formal announcement. We will be staking our NFT world and airdropping the world yield that is generated to our Crypto Dad and Crypto Mom holders. So, Brian, what do you make of that? You know, these teams that are building out in the virtual worlds, you know, they can earn the token and they can choose to either keep that, you know, use it for a pool, a community, you know, fund, or they can give it back to their users. So in this case, Crypto Dads is going to airdrop it back. I also heard that you'll be able to kind of earn it as you know, play and interact in their NFT worlds. What do you make of this from Crypto Dads?
I think that you'll get a little surprise soon. I think that I like this project a lot. I like the artwork. I think I said that when they first came on. I think that was my first time on.
That was your cameo first appearance ever on the roadmap.
Yeah. I like this project, like the group of guys. I've done my own thing with them before too. I mean, yeah, but anything they do, I'm more than supportive of and happy about. So I like it.
Definitely. All right. Well, Brian, I'm excited for this next topic. It's one we've talked about several times on the show. We even hit on it yesterday. Fractional investing through some of these platforms, right? Yesterday's news was that public.com was acquiring Otis. Today, we're going to talk about Rally Road for a minute. That's one that I've actually been able to invest in several NFTs through their platform. Brian, they have a World of Women NFT hitting the platform tomorrow that will be traded as shares, right? So if you are a Rally user, you can actually buy shares for $7, right? So instead of paying the current floor price, which is 7.3 ETH or around $19,000 for a World of Women, you can get in for as low as $7. You know, of course, you can buy as many shares as you want or are available. Sometimes they do cap the number of shares. But this particular World of Women, it's number 2221. It has dark purple background, that's 9%. Queen's dress, 4%. Green straight eyes, 4%. Black mask, 4%. Finger waves hairstyle, 4%. Purple lips color, 20%. Slightly open mouth, 17%. Golden bib necklace, 3%. And a medium olive skin tone, 10%. So, Brian, that's a lot of traits. Which does make it, you know, more rare than some, but none of those traits are particularly, you know, extremely rare, right? You heard me say a couple 3%, a couple 4%. So the listing of $7 a share values this asset at $28,000 USD. and the floor price on World of Women right now is 19,000. So you are paying, it seems a bit of a premium here, right?
Yeah.
To, buy the fractional shares. So what do you make of this? Is that warranted? Will we see this trade above $7 because, it comes across as a low entry point? What do you think of this particular World of Women asset on Rally tomorrow?
So one thing that will have to happen in order for this to be like profitable is you are banking that the value of the asset goes up exponentially more than it would if you had it on OpenSea, of course. And since you only have fractional shares, you're only making a kind of a smaller profit margin, and I think that it's still a good thing. I think that it's I guess acceptable is not really the word I'm looking for, but understood that, you're going to be having to pay a premium in order to get the fractional share to make it worth everyone's while kind of thing. And it's going to take longer to get an ROI on something like this. But I think it is worth it. And I think this is a good way to get into it. If you don't have, 19 to 50 ETH in your wallet, like hardly anyone does, this is a great way to be a part of this community and actually say like, hey, I do own a piece of a really, really crazy, amazing project.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at, right? Is that I'll be looking to buy shares for $7 tomorrow. And am I going to be able to flip them, right away for a profit? Probably not. But to me, it's a long-term bet, and it's my way to be able to get into a project like this, maybe for $100 instead of, 19,000. And yeah, I won't own a full NFT, but I'll still be involved. I'll still be able to capture gains, if they do a TV show or movies, right? They have that partnership with Hello Sunshine. Yeah, we got Morton in the chat saying cheaper gas. That is the thing. You don't have to pay gas. You just pay your $7 per share. So, another
14 ETH. Come on, guys. I mean, he's right. It's nothing.
Yeah. And, so it's interesting, though, Brian. I've bought a couple CryptoPunks, Bored Ape and Mutant Ape shares on Rally, right? And the majority of them have gone up once they started trading. I remember when they launched a CryptoPunk on the platform, they actually did it lower than the floor price. And I interviewed the founder and said, hey, are you going to change the price now that CryptoPunks have gone up? And he said, no. That's the price we told people, and we want to get people, into NFTs that maybe couldn't get in before. So they did a 2-share limit, and that CryptoPunk asset is up like 300% or something, So it's amazing. And, I think it's just a great way to get beginners into the space. So for anyone out there, who's new to the NFT space or you don't have as much money, I, would encourage you, do your own research, take a look at some of these fraction sites. So Rally tomorrow, launching this World of Women, $7 a share. We'll give you an update next week. I'm assuming it's going to sell out again, even above the floor price, because these ones that, are popular, they usually have high demand on there. And as I've said before, World of Women is a project I've been looking at for a long time. So definitely excited about this tomorrow. Brian, right before the show started, I had in my notes, I saw a friend of the show, Ashira, from the Toy Boogers program, tweet out earlier today that she was so excited about an announcement that Toy Boogers was going to make, right? And we've had the team behind Toy Boogers on a show before, and they announced a new project, Brian, and this is just so massive and so cool. So look at that on the screen. Kit Bash Boogers, an upcoming epic collab collection between Toy Boogers, Cool Cats, Deadfellas, and Robotos. Holy cow, Brian. 4 great projects. They're doing these NFTs together. They did a post about this, and let me just share some of the details. It's a first of its kind collaboration based on mixing and mashing traits from 4 of the hottest projects into our super cute, super wacky, and super gnarly collection called Kit Bash Boogers. Kit bashing is the process of combining and mixing toys or models from different kits to make an entirely new creation. This is awesome. It's going to be a collection of 1,111 one of one NFTs. The target drop date is the end of April. And this will be available 100% allow list based. So my guess is it's going to go to holders of those 4 projects via giveaways. Look at these pictures, Brian. I mean, it's taking traits from all 4. I mean, you can tell right really there, cool. A dead fella head, right? These just look awesome. And I love the fact that these 4 teams are working together. Look at that. Look at that. Like, look at that cool cat head. We got the toy booger, unicorn. It just looks so sweet. Like, these are amazing.
Yeah, I like these a whole lot. I think this is one of the bigger announcements for this week, and I like it.
So, Brian, then we got to get, of course, to the supply issue we may have, right? There's only going to be 1,111. What's going to happen, right?
Sell out within seconds.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the thing here, right, is I think everyone would love to get in on this, but unfortunately, we're going to see, a possible supply issue. I do like the fact they're going to do allow list, right, which means, I mean, my guess is that all 4 collections will get a certain number to put on the whitelist, but we'll get more details on that, but it could provide some value here if you are an owner of one of these 4 projects, right? So I haven't looked to see if the floor price did go up on these other projects, but I would imagine that they're going to get some interest. And this is just, I mean, another great example, Brian, as we've talked a lot over the past couple weeks of artists supporting artists, teams supporting teams, and just really growing, communities and working together. I think it's so much easier to do something like this versus, going after each other for different traits or, imitation or, other items like that. So the fact that they can use traits, from each other's projects, I just think it's really cool. And I did drop the link there in the chat. It looks like we dropped it a couple times because we did have someone asking for the link. So there it is. Go check out Toy Boogers if you have not already. And again, they were on a past episode. You can go back and watch that interview as well. Brian, let's look at that image right there. So we like to play this game, right? So there are 12 on the screen. And we'll even let Alyssa play from the background too, or if she wants to, come on again, that's completely up to her. But Brian, look at those 12. Let's pick out, maybe our favorite 2 or 3 each. So let's see. I think I got 4. I don't know if I can narrow it down. I'm gonna do 4, Brian. You want me to go first?
Yeah, because I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't know if I can specifically say I like one more than any of the others.
All right, so I am gonna go my favorite. I like the top number 3, the dead fella head with the horns,
the maroon background.
Yep, I like the cool cat skateboard bottom left as my number 2. I like the unicorn poop top second one as my number 3. And I like the Roboto with the flame bottom left number 2 as my number 4. Those are my top 4. It's hard to pick here, guys.
I wish
who wants to go next, Brian or Alyssa?
I'll let Alyssa go.
Okay. I like the bottom left skateboard.
Yes.
It's a good one. Top left, zombie cat. Yeah. And then I like the dead fella's gorilla. What is that on his head?
Magic.
I like that one. And then okay, one more. The chicken. I'm gonna agree with Vicky. She said she likes the chicken too.
Yeah, and we do have Vicky backstage from the Flower Girls, and she said that the chicken one is her favorite. So you're getting some different opinions here, which we love. Alyssa, thanks for sharing those. Brian, over to you now. Right. If you can make your selections.
I like the chicken too.
Okay, I'm the odd one out here.
The chicken's good.
Mm-hmm. I like the. I'm not sure what the hell it is, but I like the one at the very bottom right corner, the praying mantis or whatever it is.
I do like that.
I like that one. And then the one with God, I'm an old man now. I can barely see. I like the one with the. I can't tell what's in it, but like the rocket where he's like, I don't know if it's TV, a microwave, or
Yeah, the Roboto. Yep.
Yeah,
The
got a
bottom
little
left, number
hamster.
2. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Is
is
that
that a
3 of them?
hamster?
It's
Is
got a
that
little
a-
hamster in it.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
riveting YouTube right here.
Hold on. This one. This
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a
See,
hamster.
that was my number 4.
Yeah,
I
the
love that one.
hamster. Oh, I like him even more. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my fave. Definitely.
Oh, and that's Mitch's fave. We got Money Mitch in the chat saying the
Hey.
I
the
got you,
hamster
Double M.
is his fave. Yeah.
Mhm.
Shout out to Mitch. Man, it is hard to pick on these guys. Brian, did you pick 3 or 4? I don't even remember now.
I think I picked 3. I don't. What does it matter? The
Pick
top,
one more.
Yeah, the top one with the unicorn poop.
Okay. Yep. So we agreed on a couple. Okay. This is sweet. I got to figure out how to get on this list. So we're gonna have to hit up some of these teams and see what we can do, because these are just sweet. So awesome. All right. Well, let's see. I think we got 1 or 2 more topics before we bring the team on. It looks like we're starting to get them joining in the background here. Brian, I saw news out that a new NFT fund was recently launched. So Chris Dixon and Mark Anderson, who are both with Anderson Horowitz, which is a big fund, they are backing a $30 million new fund that's exclusively investing in NFT art. So this is going to be called Curated, devoted to buying and holding NFT artwork. It also includes backers that Alexis Ohanian, right, the co-founder of Reddit, is among the investors. And it said that they are going to invest half of the fund in blue chip NFTs, including popular projects like CryptoPunks, Art Blocks, and Bored Apes, as well as works from popular artists selling singular NFT works. Brian, this is a pretty big deal. $30 million devoted to invest in NFTs, and part of that going to blue chips. One of the calls earlier, last year was that, we were seeing heavier investment from, some hedge funds and some big investors in the NFT space, right? Not just, crypto enthusiasts or NFT enthusiasts. Do you think we continue to see these big name investors kind of buy and hold, as a long-term bet on the growth of some of these blue chips?
Oh yeah, it just shows how sustainable this market is and how sustainable NFTs are as a whole. Yeah, we're gonna continue to see more institutional investors dive in and get more, and hopefully don't price us all out. But honestly, I don't think it'd be a bad thing if we have some of these big name people buying out all these projects and just getting more names on the map. I love it. I'm very positive today. I think I've said I liked everything that we've talked about today. But it's all good news. I mean, I love this space. I'm very passionate about this space. And I think right now we're in the best time for it. So I'm all about it.
Yeah. And, that reminds me, I did see Julian Klimachko, a friend of Benzinga's. He used to be on SPAX Attack with me several times. He has several ETFs in Canada for SPACs and arbitrage investing. He was launching an NFT fund. I think the minimum buy-in was like $10,000, and it was essentially going to be a fund to pool together, that money to invest in some of these NFT projects, like your CryptoPunks, your Bored Apes, and others. So it's just exciting times, I think, for, these NFTs that are, delivering, they're sustainable, they're creating great communities. And I think we're just going to see more and more investors. And of course, to see a big name, fund like Anderson Horowitz get involved. They've made a lot of big investments in the crypto space, Brian. I know they were early to, Coinbase and a lot of the other platforms. So that is a big, big deal. And also, Alexis Ohanian, he has been a big investor in the space too. So to have him, attach his name along and throw in some money, I think bodes well for that project.
Mm-hmm. And I think we'll see Reddit itself, like as a company, get more involved into it. And hopefully we'll see them. They did do a little NFT project, but everyone was priced out. And I thought it was a little ridiculous. I think they tried too hard. But I hopefully we'll see a lot more encouragement from them for this space as a whole, and not really them trying to do their own thing, but rather just bring more people up and help out by investing in the right places.
Yeah, and it's another example, right, of these funds maybe someday offering access, to small investors to get in, where you're able to spend, a little bit of money and then get, exposure to all those different NFTs. So, I like that exposure as well. Brian, it's about that time. It looks like we now have everybody ready to go here. So
the puppies are ready.
the puppy's ready. We've had a great show so far. We were able to get through, a lot of news items, and of course talk about, that collab, which was fun, picking out some favorite traits. And that's something we're going to be able to do here in a minute. I'm excited that we are bringing on, the Flower Girls team, and I was able to write an article on Benzinga when they announced a partnership with Dolphin Entertainment, which is going to help, power them in the media and entertainment space, and also talk about, some of their big celebrity names that own this project, which is something, you and I talk about a lot, Brian. What do you think? Is it time to bring on the Flower Girls team here?
Run through. Let's do it.
All right. Well, we are going to have a crowded screen here, but we're going to bring on everyone here. So welcome to the roadmap. We have Vicky, we have Jem, we have Constantine, and we have Bill O'Dowd from Dolphin Entertainment. Welcome to the roadmap, everyone.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Chris.
All right, guys. Well, we are so excited to get into this. This is a project that, the more I hear about, I just get, more and more excited. And we love talking to teams on this show. So up first, we're going to try to get to everyone here through most of these questions. I want to know what everyone's starting experience was in NFTs and crypto. How long have you been, in the crypto and the NFT space, or was the Flower Girls your first exposure? So on my screen, we'll just start here with Vicky.
I knew I was going to have to go first.
First one here, so you get the first question, right?
Yeah, well, I can blame all my degenning and the W3 experience down to my OG friend, Gary Vaynerchuk. So once he started looking into VFriends, and he kind of messaged a few of us that had taken part in one of his 4Ds, and he said that, it was going to come out and we should already look into it. And I basically ignored that, like I do. I'm like, I don't know, I'm over 50. What do I know about crypto? And then did the usual thing, which is, as it got closer to the time, the panic of trying to learn in like 48 hours what I needed to learn to kind of take part. And the level of FOMO, that was probably my first experience in an NFT space of what FOMO really means. Because you were kind of on your own back then, back May. There wasn't anyone I could ring up or call and say, what's a MetaMask, and what happens if I click this? And so it was kind of learning on my own, and was lucky enough to kind of get in with VFriends. And then pretty much after that, it just kind of spiraled pretty quickly. I had managed to persuade my husband that the little bit of savings that we had, I'd use on VFriends. So that was like kind of, he's like, oh, okay, it's Gary. Yeah, I get it. And then I think it was about 4 weeks. I went, hey, hun, I know we've got like a little tiny bit of savings left, but like I've really seen this. Well, it's a JPEG of an ape. and he was like, okay. And it obviously it's been proved to be right that my kind of resources in the background of doing my research, having a Bored Ape Yacht Club has been kind of onwards and upwards into kind of the space in general. But yeah, I don't want to give too much because there's so many stories, but there's other people that have exciting journeys as well.
Awesome. We love it, Vicky. Over to you, Jem. What was your first experience like for crypto and NFTs?
Oh, hi. Thanks for having us. So unfortunately, I watched VFriends, but I didn't have a wallet. So I basically, all roads lead to Gary, as I often say. I was studying it because of music, probably from the beginning of 2021. And I was, listening to him and trying to figure it out. Like, I better understand this. I need to get in this space. It looks really interesting. And so I watched all of the minting and the Dutch auction, like, what is this? And studied it. I felt really good about that I was researching and that. But it really wasn't until I saw Vivara's art it really was like my husband and I buy NFTs together, and it was just the fine art. I think it was so stunning and arresting that when we saw it, it was like, this is the thing. And I actually have to say that before that, I didn't quite get it. You know, a lot of people don't get it until you actually buy one, and then it's like Narnia or something. You just go through a door and you get it completely. But interestingly, before that, I actually saw in Vivara's tweet, she thanked Gary for buying her one-of-ones. And so that's literally how I found her. It thankfully just came up and I saw it and went, well, who's Vivara? And I followed her, and then she followed me back, and we DM'd, and I found out about the Flower Girls. And so then we were there from Mint and later joined the team, and just so thrilled.
Awesome. And let's go over to Constantine here. How about you? NFTs and crypto, first interest in the space?
Right, and thank you so much for having us. So crypto, I've been playing with for quite a number of years. I used to run a digital agency in London, so we're always exposed to all things tech and crypto. So I had Bitcoins and ETH and so on. And NFTs, I think it was January 2021. My wife came to me and said, I follow the guy and he's talking about people and Trevor Jones, and you should check it out. And it was not until, I think, February that I finally listened to my wife. And it's the first time in 12 years that I regret not listening to my wife sooner. And so I started with Nifty Gateway. I collected, once again, Trevor Jones, Pack, some of who we now call OGs. And then I tried NBA Top Shot. I tried Eve. Still had a lot there, actually. And then sort of moved to OpenSea. And at some point, I'm not really into sci-fi. And there was a lot, most of it at the time was sci-fi and 3D and so on. It was too much for me. I thought, it would be great to have some illustrators in the space. And I thought, how about I do sort of a crypto art incubator and get some physical artists to help them, move to the NFT space, help them, set up. And Vivara had illustrated a book for my father's publishing house back in 2016, 2017. And I thought, I'd reach out. And I reached out to a few artists actually, but got stuck with Vivara because she had so much work. It took us a couple of months to just sort through the archives, thousands and thousands of artworks, illustrations, collage, animation. And that was that. We decided to, I'll help her set up. We launched her Twitter account in, I think, end of June 2021, 0 followers. Did some Instagram, and then, she was invited to Foundation by Allo Art, who's, I think, the biggest selling artist on Foundation, has been for a while. And that's how it started. And we did her first sort of mini collection, which was the Impossible Creatures, sold out incredibly well. And we then started thinking, should we do a 10K? And I remembered seeing somewhere in the archives these 17 Flower Girls. The original ones were children, so based on children of her friends. Some of them were on the spectrum, so real facial features of real children, and they had flowers coming out of their heads. So I thought, that's amazing. We could do something with that. And then obviously we decided not to use the original children for various reasons, but so the girls in the current 10K collection are sort of grown up. They're flower ladies, flower women, perhaps. But and that was that. So August we had this idea, and then September, October we launched the Twitter account, and we were very lucky to have a very strong team around us. It was Mantis, Robert, watching. We had Kira all around Artsy. We had, and then more people joined. Obviously, Jem, Vicky, and these were all sort of very much organic additions because they were collectors and very engaged Discord members first, and only then team members. And then Ryan, who is here somewhere, but And that was that, and we were very lucky to have Gary's support, and he helped us, get through, the early stages, and so that's the story.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least here, Bill, before we get into the questions here about Dolphin, just, your early interest in crypto and NFTs prior to the Flower Girls.
Sure. And yeah, thank you for having us all on,
of course.
As the other said. And it dates back to last February, I think, for us, through our music PR agency. A lot of the early introductions were made through music clients of ours, and we were getting incoming calls to experiment with NFTs from a publicity and marketing side. And NBA Top Shot was quite popular, as we all probably remember. And since I'm 7 feet tall and played college basketball, it spoke to me. And we announced we would start a dedicated NFT division within Dolphin last March. So we've been at it a while and really enjoying the space.
Awesome. Well, I was going to ask about how the team came together, but you guys really filled in the blanks for me. And that behind the scenes look at, getting this project off the ground and, bringing the art to life here. So I think I'm going to kick it over to Brian for the next round of questions here.
Yeah, I will go straight over to Bill. So, how did you guys make the jump into NFTs for Dolphin Entertainment? Like, how did you just decide to move on over? And you were pretty much the forefront of that before any other of these major companies were jumping in and being public about it. You guys were, headlining it. What made you guys do that?
Well, it's very kind of you to say, Brian. I appreciate it. And I got to know that puppy's name.
Oh, this is Vinny.
Man,
he just got neutered, so he's a little out of it, but his cone was getting in my face. So, this is Vinny.
Vinny's awesome.
He's a good boy. He's a rascal. If you want it, sometimes you can just come on over, take care of him.
Don't tempt me. Well, with us, we're blessed. We have high profile clients across most sectors of entertainment, movies, film, music, video gaming. And when we were looking for areas that our marketing could help influence the likelihood of success, the early NFT market seemed like it was almost built for something we could do well. Because we have access, we think, to really cool content. We can hopefully participate in things that are just awesome. Flower Girls being a perfect example, right? And we can bring some community benefits to it with all types of fun offers and giveaways and even sweepstakes that range to some really cool access to the worlds we live in the film, TV, music side again. And then, quickly what's going to happen in the NFT space is, you see it now. I think it's even the best of collections are going to need, sophisticated teams to market them. And you've got over 1 million NFTs for sale today as we talk on this. And so, we're used to having to market premium Netflix shows, Apple shows, Amazon shows, HBO Max shows. And in those carousels, we all know how the consumer can get lost. And so to break through that clutter and present something really premium like Flower Girls is, then that's something we have experience with, and that's what got us excited.
Awesome. So on that kind of note, what do you think that you kind of answered this, but maybe more in depth, what do you think that NFT or non-fungible tokens will do for the entertainment industry as a whole, like say movie tickets or memorabilia or collectibles and stuff like that? Where do you see all of this kind of playing its own part in the entertainment space?
Oh, some of those conversations, Brian, are just the best we're having every week, right?
Yeah.
Because we kind of bridge it in our mind. We have something close to 1,000 traditional entertainment clients, right? So you can imagine the musical artists, Jem could speak to this, the studios, the gaming publishers, all thinking about how to use Web3 to enhance the customer experience. And we're there helping figure out from a marketing side, how to create those types of products in the calendar. Conversely, we've got over 24 native Web3 clients now. You know, that's everything from metaverse companies to NFT production companies, and how to bridge those two worlds. Early applications, what you just said will be so true. Tickets to concerts, tickets to sporting events, they'll be delivered in NFTs. Sure. But what we're thinking about actively is, okay, what's the biggest differentiating factor of Web3 versus Web2? To us, it's that the ownership at any point in the future, right? So if we sold a ticket on an internet site today to our client, Bruce Springsteen's concert, we don't know who that person sold it to, or the person sold it afterwards, right? But with blockchain Web3, we know. So then we can deliver benefits both to the original holder and whoever owns it now at a point in the future. Well, that gives us a whole range of things to think about in terms of providing community benefits to flower girls. The holders of flower girls today, the holders of flower girls next month, and the holders of flower girls this summer. And then you start putting our world of entertainment, because most consumers like pop culture, some form of it, right? Well, then you can do all types of fun things, like two people get an all access, all expense paid trip to Comic-Con, which we can walk them backstage with our clients, or special screening of the next insert here, one of our franchise movies. And that type of thing really, we think, builds a great online community, people that want to engage year round.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been preaching this ever since I found out about NFTs, and I've been waiting for a major company or a sort of institution to incorporate this and be excited about it as I am. So that's awesome. I do want to throw this question to the Flower Girls team and say, like, where do you guys see NFTs playing a role in entertainment, and where do you think you guys can fit in? I know you already are, but maybe kind of expand on your role right now and where you see NFTs going in the future.
I was just going to say, as far as with the partnership with Dolphin, why we're so excited, because it's so aligned, is bringing NFTs into real life, as everyone's talking about. But like Bill's saying, specifically for, we work with, children's charities and donating. It's a big part of the Flower Girls. So being able to take it into children's books, like preschool, whether it's preschool or animation children's shows where, and merchandise, that's all very meaningful, and there will be a charity component in real life too, is all very exciting to us. And there's plenty of other things like collaborations with fashion brands and, so, and as Bill said, all the utility and tokenomics, and it's just kind of limitless, but we're just going to kind of have this massive list and then figure out, like he was saying, it's not a 1-year plan, it's like a 5, 10, 20-year plan.
And to talk about children's art more, I was just on Spaces with Top Dog Studios, who are depositing the Flower Girls as well as our children's artwork into this Arctic vault in Norway. They're doing it this week, and it'll stay there for 1,000 years. So whatever happens to the artwork on Amazon Cloud or Nifty Gateway, it'll be there for 1,000 years. And we now have a collection of 550 plus artworks that we collected from children between the ages of 3 and 13, which is probably the largest collection of children's artwork. And let's face it, that could not have happened in real life. For these children from different countries, we have children from Southeast Asia, we have children from North America, we have children from Europe and Central Asia. For these children to be able to sell their artwork in real life at the age of 5 would have been absolutely impossible. So the only way we can do it is online through NFTs. And Flower Girls set aside 5% of profits from primary and secondary royalties, to collect children's art. And that's where NFTs come in to help us give them, as children, as artists, as people who explore their creativity, give them a moral boost, give them that inspiration, motivation to continue exploring art, even if they do not become the next Trevor Jones. We will have helped them, with their creativity, and that's amazing. And the same with our charitable donations. We set aside 20% of the budget, of the profit, to donate to children's charities. We've donated over $500,000 so far, and we've been around for 3 months. The only way we can do it is through NFTs, and the fact that we are able to make these donations through the Giving Block platform in crypto, all of that is powered by NFTs. So I think that in itself is pretty amazing.
Also, I just want to say we have an initiative called Drawing Illustrations, where children draw famous scientists and botanists. So there's like the science thing. We've had amazing people in our spaces, and the children receive all the money. It's on Polygon-matic, right? And it's just been amazing. Like, we had an amazing botanist on, and she was, she's saving lives with sweet potatoes. It was the most incredible spaces that you just not expecting that to show up in an NFT,
That's really
space.
cool.
Really, it was super cool.
It looks like we have Ryan backstage. We can bring him on and let him introduce himself, and I guess just tell us where you fit in here.
Sure. Hey, I'm Ryan. I'm the what's my official title? I'm the chief anthropobotanical engineer. I'm the developer as we've moved forward since the mint for the project. My main gig is writing smart contracts and getting those sorted out, and also like we're getting ready to start our seed economy, which is a whole experience of cross-pollination and stuff. It's going to be really fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, man after my own heart. I really like Solidity and writing smart contracts. I do it as a hobby. Like, I might sound nerdy, but it's one of the coolest things I think I can do. So
totally.
I'll move over to Chris now.
Awesome. Well, we heard a little bit about Gary V, but I know that there also is some other, big celebrities that found the Flower Girls, right? So I saw a shout out, from Reese Witherspoon. We've got Ava Longoria. We've got Keith Grossman from Time. And we also have Brie Larson, Captain Marvel herself, changing her profile picture on Twitter to a Flower Girl. So guys, on the Flower Girls team, I'll start with you. What kind of validation does this bring to the project, and what was your reaction when you saw Brie Larson's Twitter account here?
She punched Thanos, just so you guys know.
And she's a dog mom.
Mm-hmm. My own heart, love her.
Sorry, I didn't hear who you said to start with.
Whoever
wants to take a stab at it. You can go, Jem.
Yeah, shoot it.
We are so thrilled. Like, obviously, they all changed their PFPs the same day, which was wonderful. And it was kind of an initiative with Black History Month. We'd spoken to Hello Sunshine, but a lot of people thought there was payments and all of that. It was nothing of the kind. They, I'm sure, are attracted by the charity component, and obviously they are. So, but it's I think also we're talking this month about women projects and things like that. I think it really helps the space, because it makes people give another look. There is suspicion around the NFT space and some doubt here and there. And I think if you've got people like Reese Witherspoon and Gwyneth Paltrow, Eva Longoria, Brie, amazing. It just gives it some authenticity and a bit of safety, I think. And just obviously it's promotion too, but we were just so happy it was all organic and natural, and we're really thrilled. They've been so supportive.
Awesome.
Yeah, when you see something that big organically happen, it really humbles the biggest of our PR firms. Right? We usually get paid a lot of money to make stuff like that happen. So.
Right, and
that just shows it just proves to show how cool the project is and how many people get behind it, and like how people see the potential in it. I mean, that's incredible. Sorry to interrupt you, Chris. That is something.
You're
really
more than
cool.
Fine, Brian. I'll stick with Bill here for a minute. Obviously, Flower big community, a strong following, but does the role of those celebrity, these big backers, did that play in decision at all by Dolphin to get involved, maybe with that validation and some of these big names being able to support future media initiatives down the road?
It's certainly nice to have, but I'm proud to say that we were already talking and going to do our deal anyway. So this came together very quickly, but I remember getting the call from Allison Elba, who put us in touch, one of our our best music publicists, and saying, Flower Girls is having a moment right now. That day. But I think what attracted me and the Dolphin companies to this project is probably what attracted these celebrities very organically. I mean, it's very rare. I can tell you, I've been Dolphin's a company I started 26 years ago, right? So I've been in Hollywood a while, and it's very rare that you find the combination of tremendous IP, intellectual property. Like, this art is phenomenal, right? I think we can agree. Varvar is just a talented artist with a mission like they have. And that charity component's no joke. And when we were going down the path, and $200,000 has been donated as a portion of what they've donated to St. Jude Children's Hospital, right? I mean, that's a client of ours, and we know that hospital very well. And I sit on the worldwide board of United Way, right? The world's largest charity. How did I get there? It's because of our work on children's charities. So it was just a natural blend of, and to this day, I get asked more often about our Nickelodeon shows, Zoe 101, Ned's Declassified, than I do about our James Bond movie we're promoting or Mission Impossible. And so, a property like this that is donating to children's charities that could become a children's franchise itself or family entertainment, I mean, it was a home run for us, and that's what got us into it.
Awesome. Love that, Bill. So for everyone on here, this, of course, the show is called The Roadmap. It's a term that gets thrown out in NFT projects, right? Of, what's ahead, what's on the docket for the future. So we heard a little bit from Ryan of a couple things that are planned, but wondering, if you guys can just give us an update, what's ahead for Flower Girls holders, and maybe also a little bit of color on being a Coinbase NFT marketplace launch partner and what that means. Whoever wants to kick us off here. Oh, everyone's going to be shy now.
I was on mute. But yeah, we're very excited about Coinbase. We've been talking to them for a while, but obviously announced last night. So that, I think, in itself is going to, have obviously an impact on our plans, and being a launch partner, on the platform with, unlimited number of users. I think there are 90 million or so, of which at least 7-8 million express their interest in the platform. So that's going to be huge for us. And obviously, chances are the second generation of the Flower Girls will drop on Coinbase, but that's to be confirmed. So we're very, very excited about that, and working with them to shape how the collection will appear on the platform. And there are a lot of very exciting things that are built into the launch partnership, as it were, which we'll keep sharing in the next few weeks, days even. But in terms of the roadmap, we have, well, apart from the usual giveaways and raffles and so on, we will have the Flower Girls animated very soon, and some of our holders will receive a digital NFT frame with their Flower Girl coming to life and the companions flying around. So that's going to be very exciting. And I'm setting the Dolphin partnership aside for 1 second. We do have the seeds and the seed economy, and Ryan can talk about that more. So for those who did not, have not followed our seed economy announcements, it will be somewhat similar in one sense to the BOOTCAMPS that Gary has launched. So you will be able to collect seeds from your Flower Girls, and you think about it, these are girls with flowers, and they have insects and birds. So pollination is the obvious next step, and we have real live botanists who work with us to help establish how good a certain bird or a certain insect is at spreading pollen or seeds. So it only takes one Flower Girl. You don't need to have two. You don't need to have 5. One Flower Girl, you will start getting seeds, and you'll be able to use those seeds to purchase cool stuff from the seed store. And those who notice things behind me, I have the one mask that inspired the fairy Flower Girl mask, and I have the bust of Venus on the other side. So it'll be physical objects, it will be NFTs, it will be allow list spots, other collections. It will be really cool stuff. And then obviously some of these seeds will eventually make it to Venus. I mean, the whole point of the Flower Girls is they are heading to Venus, the planet where apparently all women are from. And on Venus, some of these seeds will blossom, grow into the second generation Flower Girls. But Ryan can talk more about that because there's a lot of work. It's very technical, very detailed, and scientifically inspired, even if not scientifically accurate. 100% goes into it, and there's a whole team of people working on making it fun, gamified, and but as close to science, real science and botany as possible.
Awesome. I wanted to ask real quick about the ghost Flower Girls while you were talking about the different features and everything, because I think that's a really cool aspect of the project. And I wanted you kind of, you don't have to talk a bunch about it, but just tell us what they're all about and why they're there and how they came about.
They were a mistake. One of several mistakes in the collection. So Vivara would so we now have a tool that exports all the layers from Vivara's PSD files and puts them into the software, which is we custom made the software for the generation of the entire 10K collection. But in the early days, you would have to manually export all the layers and give them to the developer. So Vivara sometimes would ask her son, who's he was 12 at the time, to help her with the layers, and he would do that. And one time, he mislabeled the layer for the face. So the generation came out with these girls who did not have faces. And we sort of shared them with the community, it's just a fun thing to look at. And everyone loved it. Everyone said, oh, we'd love those. We'd love to have them in the final 10K. So we thought, okay, great. Well, we'll do 13. It'll be quite exclusive and limited supply. And then one of our early Discord members, who is one of the botanists. The botanists are the 17 members, I think 14 at the moment. So we keep adding some of them to the team. But they were the founding members of our Discord and really helped brainstorm the roadmap and really helped us establish the community. And one of them came back from a scientific expedition to it was an island off the Philippines where they looked at bats. They studied bats and their behavior, and he shared the photos of bats with us. Absolutely terrifying, but also quite cool. And everyone thought, okay, the Ghost Flower Girls have to have bats. And this is how, we now have the Ghost Flower Girls without faces and with bats. So, a lot of the features in the 10K were
That's Vicky.
brainstormed for the community. And these have sold for whatever 20 ETH or something crazy, but yeah, they were very popular.
And
Awesome.
that one is not for sale.
That's Vicky.
Man,
Don't
that's
even look
Vicky's.
at it. No one
Vicky
look
has
at
the
it.
number
Yeah,
one.
we got to
Yeah.
just hide that one.
Yeah, don't even look at it.
Number one all the way.
I see you guys in the chat eyeballing it.
Oh
Don't.
man. All right, guys.
Yes.
Well, we are out of time, but I know Brian's got one last question. This has been so exciting. We're definitely going to have to bring everyone back, for more updates on Flower Girls, and also you, Bill, to talk about your experience and history in the NFT space.
Oh, yeah.
I'll turn it over to Brian for the last question here to wrap things up.
Yeah. I do want to say exactly what Chris said. It was awesome getting to talk with all you. Bill, it was awesome getting to talk with you too, because I've been following Dolphin Entertainment, and like I said earlier, I think it's amazing that you knew about the forefront of NFTs, got ahead of it, and are now kind of spearheading and pioneering that whole thing. Now to my last question, because we are out of time, and that's probably my mistake, but what is each one of your guys' favorite traits? If you could pick one trait, what is each one of your favorite traits of the Flower Girl project? And we'll start with Vicky, and then we'll go down the line.
Magenta.
Just magenta. Oh, like it. All right.
Magenta hair.
Magenta Venus is Vicky's. She's known as Magenta Whale.
She's got them all, huh?
Yeah, I guess with I think the fairies. I have one as my PFP. She is just so awesome and powerful, and the mask, but the fairy with the mask. Yeah, that would be my favorite for sure. By the way, can I just quickly add that tomorrow we've got Jimmy Connors coming on our space. He's a holder, and so that'll be pretty cool. 12 o'clock Eastern, if you don't mind me just throwing that out there.
Shout it out.
Awesome.
Bill?
And I'm gonna cheat the answer because I was so enamored by it. Charity. You had me at kids charity. That's my favorite attribute of Flower Girls. But you know, some of these other ones are pretty cool too. And since I know what's coming, I don't trust myself not to slip up and give away one that's not out.
Oh, and cherry earrings. Cherry earrings. Those are. I'm a fan of those too. They're quite rare.
Awesome. Yeah, that's Bill's favorite too.
Well, since charity is already taken, I mean, the hermit crab earrings are pretty cool, but I would say the ruffs. The ruffs, there's the Elizabethan, the Shakespearean ruffs. I mean, these are absolutely amazing. And the detail, I mean, we have some process videos that, you know, show how Bavara did those. I mean, these are absolutely amazing. And the collars as well, which were sort of taken from classical portraits. Yeah, the white ruffs. I mean, we have, I think, 30 or 40 of those, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And you don't really get that, really. But, you know, if you go into the National Portrait Galleries, let's say London or any other major city, you would recognize a lot of the elements that Bavara uses as inspiration. And yeah, the hermit crab earrings. Yes, there we go.
That one's got it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ryan?
that one's stunning.
Oh, I think you're muted, Ryan. It looks like. Oh. Still can't hear you.
Vinny will say the ruffs. I think Vinny agrees with the ruffs too. He likes
Ryan
those.
will probably say seeds are his favourite since we can't hear him.
Ryan, I think you're muted.
Ryan, we still can't hear you. It doesn't look like you're muted. Try one more time here, Ryan.
Maybe he could write it in the chat.
Yeah, you can type it in the chat, and we can read it here, either the private chat or the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you get an opinion here.
Matters. We see
Mantis on our team loves the blue, the Venus. Shout out to him.
The bird of paradise, Ryan said. There we go.
Yeah, we've got one of those. Yeah, they're awesome.
Once again, it's something that the community suggests. I can't remember if it was Ryan or someone else, but someone asked for the bird of paradise flower, and Bavara did it. So, you know, a lot of the elements were suggested and requested by the community.
Awesome. Well, guys, sorry, we are out of time. I mean, this went by so fast. We're definitely going to have you back, as you have, you know, much more to share. So big shout out to the Flower Girls team for joining us today on the roadmap, and also Bill O'Dowd from Dolphin Entertainment, which is publicly traded. That's ticker DLPN for anyone following along with stocks. And speaking of stocks, we do have a show coming up on Benzinga's YouTube here. Covering some big movers today, so stay tuned, everyone. Don't go anywhere, and if you have not already, please like the stream, subscribe to Benzinga's YouTube channel, and share this video and the great Flower Girls team with everyone out there. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us on the roadmap.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bye.